Maxwell said at the end of the game, it's one of the easiest outings he'll have had for any franchise ever. Nothing much to do the entire game. But he said we were most happy to sit in that dugout and not go out there to bat. You know, there are times you want to go and bat, especially when it's a good surface. He said they were looking so good out there. Go and finish the job, boys.
Yeah, I tell you what, for teams, if winning by 10 wickets is, and it doesn't matter what kind of game it is, I think whether you're playing a long game, you're playing a one-day game, or the shortest format, it's emphatic. It just kind of reinforces the dominance you've had in the game. And in this one, there's just been no answer at all from Rajasthan Royals. So a team that had won 3 games, now gone 4 out of 4, and feeling, look, like they've got even better. That's that's something. That's something at this stage of the tournament, isn't it?
But I think if we just had a look at that graphic over there, Sean, the one thing you'll have to look at there, however emphatic today was, it was the first real emphatic win. Because of 4 out of 4, we might just get carried away and say, wow, they're absolutely killing it. Well, 4 out of 4, well done, but they're not necessarily killing it. At least the first 2 games were relatively close.
Yeah, I think that was more the nature of the surface, though. When you always talk about a pitch, and if it's a bit average, what it does is brings teams together, whether you're strong or not strong. It tends to make it a closer contest, and that was the case in point. We must say that they got the most runs and looked the most dominant on that surface, where all other teams have struggled. And then when they've moved on to a better one, they've played superbly well. So, you also look, so you've had those 2 at the top of the order, Maxwell, you've had ABD, all striking, and even some contributions from lower down. So everyone's sort of in some good touch, and the more of the top 6 that you can get firing, the better for you as a team. So I think they'll be happy. I'm sure they'll keep their wits about them, won't get too excited. But gee, you can't fold 4 from 4. I can think of worse positions to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I was really trying to get at was they wouldn't mind the fact that every win has been something slightly different. As Sean pointed out, Pommie, early on, different surface. They played better than other teams, made more runs than other teams in Chennai. So they've played in 2 different surfaces. They will be moving to different cities. And it's just progressing perfectly for a team who want to get their maiden title.
Yeah, and that's why I say what is heartening for them is that this is an actual improvement. And I know you might look at it and say the surface suits it better. The surface means that they'd be able to play better, but you still have to go out and do it. You still have to, in the conditions that are good, after your opposition have gone and placed, and achieved a below par according to us, and now according to RCB, a below par total. You've then got to show that you're able to overhaul that total and overhaul it comfortably. They did that. They did more than that. And yes, you only get to see a couple of guys play. In fact, they might look at things and say, in the bowling, we weren't perhaps as good as we could be. But at the halfway stage, they'd have been happy with the score, might still have been critical of their bowlers, but maybe they weren't aware of just how good the surface was. And now, having batted, they're going to go back in and say, oh, that was good. More than good. Excellent. Perhaps we're being a little harsh on the bowlers at the time, because it's proven game after game that this surface is good. It's good for the batters, and you've got to make sure you use it when you turn up to play in Mumbai.